Do you guys remember this bot? This is actually kind of a game. Is this genie trying to figure out what kind of famous person I'm thinking about? It's pretty successful. As you can see in this demo, we managed to find three of the famous person I thought about. I remember myself like 10 years ago when it was made in 2007. I had tried to fail him a lot of times, and I did manage to fail him a couple of times, but most of the time it was successful. But today, I want to show you how we build a bot that's not just using buttons and yes or no questions. We like to, use a bot that uses much more inputs, much more smarter bots. I will talk about a little bit about the Staple story and how they use the bot and how they use our technology to build their product. So before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Tal Neeman. I'm a cloud developer advocate at IBM. As a part of my job, I do many POCs. I make projects with customers, assist them to adopt cloud services, and some great chatbots that we've made together. Maybe you have been used ones and don't even know it's IBM behind it. And I know I'm not objective, and I am working at IBM, and you won't believe me, but if I would choose a bot to build my chatbot, I probably choose Watson. So I'm going to tell you why Watson. So basically, Watson has two main reasons that he's better or smarter than other cognitive AI services. The first one is Watson processes information more like a human than a computer. When I'm saying it, what I mean. A human, when he tries to get a decision from the information he gets, he first observes, he interprets, he evaluates, and then he decides. Okay? Watson does the same exact things to analyze some information and get a decision. The second one is doing it in massive speed and scale. Watson services are on the cloud, so the cloud is very powerful. For those of you who are not convinced yet that Watson is a good service, Watson in 2011 won a game show that called Jeopardy. You can search it on YouTube. It's really cool. And I'm not sure there is any cognitive service that can do that. So that's why Watson. Let's take a look about the healthcare industry. Watson did manage to find to help some doctors get decisions about patients. Basically, in the healthcare industry, there are a lot of medical information, most of them unstructured data. And as you can see, doctors can't be up to date with all the recent medical information they have today. And it's really a huge amount of data. And basically, what Watson does is help doctors get decisions by parsing some documents and information. Let's take a physician, for example. A physician might pose a query to the system based on some diagnosis or treatment they want to give to the patient. And Watson will get the information he needs from the input, will analyze it, and will give a list of diagnoses that will help the physician to give the right treatment with the confidence to score what is better for the treatment. I want to talk about some challenges. Okay, we are facing a scalable challenge and much more. We'll talk about them later. When we are developing a chatbot, the scalable is a big problem because when you're not developing on the cloud, you have a problem with your own scalability. I hope that someone will use the cloud because it will be much scalable and it can solve this problem. That's it about it. The next challenge we have is the conversable. This is basically the basic challenge we have in chatbots. I don't know if you remember this clipping, but back then in the days, I tried to figure out how he can help me, and it didn't work out the right way. Watson using NLU capabilities and evidence-based learning to support and give you a fine intent understanding and entities within dialogue flow, of course, and also have Watson Knowledge Studio, this other service that's using Watson, and give you the ability to build models of machine learning to help you make your bot more conversable. And the last one is more than an opportunity, less a challenge, a variety of input options. Today, as I said before, buttons are great, but yes or no buttons are not that great. And you want to send the bot a picture, maybe talk to him, and do much more with your bot, interact with your bot. So the first one, I'm going to show you how a backend system of a simple chatbot could look like. The user have an interface, you have an application, and a backend system, and today is facing all of those challenges we just mentioned before. But if I add the Watson services on it with simple API calls or whatever, it will be able to overcome all those challenges I talked before, and I will show you how the user will use it. One more click. Okay. This is a simple application of a chatbot that I built under 2 hours, something like that, within your Watson conversation service and some other services like visual recognition and speech to text. And it's basically helping me get a better technical support for my remote control. As you can see, I send him a picture of my remote control, and he asks me what is the problem with the remote control. I tell him it's just don't work. So I tell him in speech, okay, I talk to him, and then he replies me that I can just roll the batteries, after you can see it, in 1 second, or roll the batteries, or I go to the next repair lab to fix it. So I did it all with Watson Conversation Service and the other services I just talked about, and it was like under 2 hours to build it. So it's easy and fast. So how to use it? First of all, you got the Git repository, the Watson Developer Cloud SDK. Whatever language you want to use, you can use it here. And the API calls, of course, it's easy, no problem. If anyone have a question, later I will explain. And basically, the last thing I want to tell you is developer.ibm.com/code. There are many how-to guides, tech talks, lecture, code patterns, and the most important one is the IBM Bot Asset Exchange. You can find a bot asset that fits to your solution. It'll help you, give you maybe better start, faster start to start your chatbot if you want to develop one new chatbot. And last thing before I leave, I want to give you a last taste of the Watson and basically show you how Staples use these Watson services and how they use the bot. You're all welcome after this. Forgot my word, sorry. You're welcome to ask me questions later on the booth. Later, I'm on the IBM booth. And let's see the story behind Staples.
Hi, please.
Can you turn on the sound, please? Come on, dude. Sound. Slicha, אפשר לשים קול?
Using simple spoken words,
Any more post-it notes?
the Easy button lets you order everything your team needs to be productive, fed, and caffeinated.
French vanilla coffee and letter-sized copy paper. Got it. That was easy.
Order with voice through the Easy button or through the app. Order with a text, with an email, with a Slack bot, with a photo, or even with Facebook Messenger. It's easy to track shipments
I need to check on my order.
and get in touch with customer service. The brain behind the Easy system is IBM Watson. Watson's cognitive intelligence turns what you say into data, and then turns that data into answers you need. So when you tell the Easy button you want blue pens, it knows the exact blue pens you want.
Got it. That was easy.
That's the Staples Easy system.
Thank you, everyone.